A lot of people on this last one were asking about like some of our weight cuts and more. A lot of people ask about food and stuff, and we have no problem going off about food. So let's hear some of your stories, Sean, of some of your bad weight cuts and how that has gone with like fight week food and everything.
Yeah, I haven't really had any bad weight cuts. The only one I can really think of is when we cut to 125. So that was my first official fight at 125. That was my fourth professional fight, and that was in Helena, my hometown. Um, and that was like the first time I went through like a. I literally felt like I was close to dying.
And you might have been close to dying, dude. I've never seen someone from your back. I could see the full, complete outline of every single ribs, and you're just laying there, fucking lost the little muscle that you have, and just sitting there, bones and skin. I was like, Jesus.
I remember we were cutting weight at Cap City in the hot tub, and I remember I must have passed out because I remember kind of like waking up, laying next to the hot tub, and I went and checked my weight. And I think I had like 1 pound left, and I was like. It was weird. I had a good mindset though. I was like, all right, let's just get.
Yeah, you had a tough mindset. You've been around a couple people like that were being bitches about their weight cut, and just whining and throwing themselves around. Like, if you got the energy to whine and throw yourself around, then you got the energy to cut a few more pounds.
Yeah, and I didn't even have the energy to whine. I was like, all right, whatever. But and then like the cut sucked. So I made 125 pounds, and my kid ended up coming in at 132. So, but anyway, I remember because we were eating pretty healthy, but not like we always continue to eat healthier, and learn more and more. But at the time, we were eating the best we had been eating, and we just overdid it on the post weigh-in meal. We had way too much. I think it was turkey spaghetti or something.
Yeah, it was the spaghetti. Well, the plan was to not eat it because we wanted to at least drink water. Like, I went through a bunch of different weight cuts with different nutritionists, and like. You're supposed to at least wait an hour and a half before you put any solids in your mouth. But like Sean, we made some quinoa pasta with some, like turkey and then some sauce. And Sean ate a little bit of it, and he just couldn't fucking stop. Started eating it, and then especially that sauce and like the acidity in it just made you throw up quite a bit, right?
Yeah, I was puking that night, and then I don't think I puked the day of the fight, but I remember I was holding back puke the whole entire warm-up, walking to the cage, and literally swallowing puke the whole fight. Every time I couldn't throw more than one punch at a time. Every time we wrestled, I was like just trying not to puke. And that kid I fought was tough. Like, it was a tough fight, tough weight cut. It was good though. I grew a lot from that fight. Going into my next fight, I'm like, damn, I'm a tough motherfucker. Like, I know I can push. I know I'm mentally strong, and that was huge for my career.
Dude, it's such a fucking huge thing for a fighter once they go 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, that was the first time going 15 minutes too, 3 5s.
So you had that fucking terrible knot in your stomach, wanting to throw up the whole time. Like, we had a good cut to 125. We did it right. We just didn't feel right. But that was like that fucking gave you a big boost in confidence, being able to push through 15 minutes, feeling like shit, having a tough kid who's making you wrestle. That was definitely a big hurdle. But other than that, after that fight, we were like, well, fuck, you're almost 6 foot tall, you got a long build, you're super young. Like, we both were kind of like, well, let's just eat good, be strong, feel good, and fight at 135. And then you can enjoy your life. Mm-hmm. The whole focus on fighting doesn't have to be revolved around your diet. For me, I had a couple fucking bad weight cuts too, because I had no one showing me the way. So I was just kind of figuring it out on my own and just literally just starving myself. Like, I was 21 years old, fighting at the Playboy Mansion for a Friday night weigh-in, Saturday night fight, and I flew to LA by myself in the hotel room, and I had no idea what to do. I knew I had to cut 15 pounds to make the weight limit. So I stopped drinking and I stopped eating from Wednesday morning and tried to just not eat or drink. And I had half a banana, I think, Thursday night, and tried to get there. And like, I got to the point, I was in the sauna and I was like, fuck it. There's no fucking way I'm making weight. I don't give a fuck if I have to give this kid half my purse. I'm not cutting another pound. And then ended up getting on the scale and making weight. A couple times driving to Seattle, like just figuring it out on the way. That's why I think I've acquired a lot of knowledge about diets, because I've got to learn from so many different fighters and their diets and their nutritionists. So I've picked things from all those people and just kind of made what's best. And Every single person's different with their diets and weight cuts, so you gotta like adapt to whoever it is.
And that's a huge benefit I feel like I have going into a fight with all that knowledge Tim learned from all the bad weight cuts and all the knowledge he's learned from wanting to learn about weight cuts, passing it down to me, helping me with all my weight cuts. I don't like both my UFC fights were just easy. They were perfect weight cuts. I refueled good, got the weight off good, and everything was just perfect. So I think that's a huge benefit for me going into my fight. And like I look at my opponents like after they done weighing in, UFC gives us these goodie bags with like goldfish and just chocolate milk, just some shit in it, and I see my opponents eating that. And I'm just thinking, I'm gonna fuck you up even more now. They're eating this shit. Like,
For sure.
it just, I don't know, it's crazy to me.
For sure, you see someone like depriving themselves of all this food and then just putting all this fake fuel back in their body that's not going to digest in 24 hours. It's going to be sitting in your stomach. So especially we see people like that, we're definitely going to come out and stick them in the body and rip them to the body and let that fuel fuck with them.